Spring Challenger Sports is a league created for children with special needs. The recreational program creates a fun atmosphere, encouraging players to build friendships and have an all-around great time. Ed Berenson and Greg English are here with more. It's great to see both of you gentlemen.
Thank you.
We were talking about this before we got started. Not only is this a league for children, but also their parents in a way. We'll get to that in a minute, but tell me, this is a ministry and outreach of Cool Springs Baptist Church, isn't it?
Yes, it's an outreach of our recreation ministry. Our mission is to combine the gift of leisure with the companionship of Christ. And so we have a full rec center. It has fitness facilities, basketball courts, volleyball programs, multiple kids sports leagues. So it really is a community environment. And this came about just in dialoguing with Ed. He just has a passion for ministering to these families, and he said, what if we entered into this realm? And it's been a great work.
And so Ed, this started 6 years ago, and there's been no looking back.
No looking back. We started with 13 kids in year one. We just completed year 6 with 42 kids, 7 new, and we've started Challenger Soccer as well, and we completed our 3rd year this past fall.
And so when children and families discover this, what is it that they can expect to see? We're seeing a little video on screen now. What kind of sports are they playing?
They're playing. We started out with basketball. We've introduced soccer. During the summer, we have a recreation program where we just go wild. We did a talent show. We do tug of war. We did movie night. But it just gives the parents a chance to see their kids from a different perspective that they normally probably would never have imagined that they had the opportunity to.
I think the great thing about it is being able for them to come to the event and watch their children be athletes, and for them to enjoy watching that and observing their kid play and participate and not have the burden of caring for their child during that 2-hour period.
You brought in a couple of t-shirts and said these were generously for us, but you give these out to the parents.
Yes, every child receives a uniform for whatever soccer or basketball. They get jerseys, shorts, socks, and they get an undershirt. And this year we did t-shirts for the parents that come in the registration. It's amazing the parents that show up and we're making their homemade shirts. And we said, well, let's just dive in and make this part of the uniform.
Makes it part of that team environment, really enhances it. What are you hearing from parents and from families as they discover the program and then, I would imagine, over the course of the 6 years, return?
A big word is inclusion. They don't want their kids or themselves to be treated any differently than you or I. So to have an organization that includes their kids in a sport that everybody else gets a chance to play is big for them. And for them to just relax and be parents of an athlete is just really important to them.
So you've discovered something that really works well. How does this continue to go and continue to grow? What kind of support do you need?
You know, the great thing is the number of volunteers that we have. As a recreation minister, I see a lot of different leagues and programs, but I can tell you on Friday night during basketball, the number of community members and the number of volunteers that we have that come out, you know, that's what it takes to grow it. And we just have a flood of volunteers that keep coming and saying, you know, I want to be trained, I want to be a part of this ministry and work with these families. We have small Bible study groups that are adopting families in the league and teams and caring for them as well throughout the event. So it's just, the volunteers is big, and we're fortunate that we have what we need.
And I would imagine, too, for the young people and for the families that are coming to do this, they discover not only that inclusion and camaraderie, but ways to support and grow, too. Are there therapies and therapists that participate as part of this as well?
Every child has a buddy that's assigned to them, and everybody is trained by professional occupational therapists. They're a pretty extensive training. We go through 2 of them, actually, and they're about a couple hours each. And so it's important to the parent that they know that their child is paired with somebody that understands what their child is going through and has been trained to deal with it.
They have specific cards that we go through, kind of interview with the parent to know what the child's needs are, what their hobbies are. And so each buddy gets that card, and that buddy is able throughout the year communicate, talk about the interest, or, you know, provide the child with a gift or something like that. So it's intense.
We're almost out of time, but for folks watching today, is this open for everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
We have it, it's ages 5 to 16. We are looking at ways, as our special needs ministry at our church gets bigger, we're looking for ways to expand it and develop other programs as well.
Well, just getting started, really, and 6
Okay.
years running, but great work, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being with
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Thank you.
Going to share a little bit information with you. The Cool Spring Recreation Center is located at 9283 Atlee Station Road in Mechanicsville. We'll put a link to more information to the Cool Spring Baptist Church on our website at WTVR.com/VTN.